For the Homo habilis tribe, every step across the sun-scorched savanna is a gamble with death. Thirst clings to their throats like a beast.
A snake.
And even the smallest rustle in the grass could mean a predator's jaws. A green snake lies coiled on the parched ground, its scales blending with dried leaves, and the tribe's eldest pauses to warn the others. His wobbly two-legged stance firm despite exhaustion. Some members of the tribe wade into the ocean's shallow waves, their ape-like black hair dripping saltwater, as they scoop up fish with crude hands to ease their hunger. Deep in the desert, a cluster of crude huts rises from the sand, a temporary refuge where the tribe rests after days of migration, and smoke from a small fire drifts into the hot sky. Inside one hut, a man and a woman huddle together for warmth, their thin bodies pressed close to shield against the desert's night chill. And they whisper soft sounds that might be the first hints of language. A man stands at the hut's entrance, his eyes scanning the darkening horizon for any sign of beasts, his primitive cloth loincloth fluttering in the breeze. A woman wrapped in a thick fur coat steps into another hut, her hands clutching a handful of dried berries, and she shares them with a whimpering child hiding in the corner. Outside, a man and a woman stand side by side in front of the largest hut, their gazes fixed on the setting sun, its orange glow painting the desert. A signal that they must secure the camp before night falls. A small group of tribe members sits cross-legged on the ground near the fire, their hands tearing at cooked fish, and they pass pieces to the elderly who can no longer hunt. A man grips a sharp stone knife in his calloused hand, the blade glinting in the firelight, as he prepares to carve meat from a small antelope they caught that afternoon. One of the younger tribe members holds a smooth, rounded stone in his palm. He'd found it near the ocean. Fascinated by its strange shape, and he runs his finger over its surface, unaware of how useless it is for survival. The man at the hut entrance shifts his weight, his wobbly legs aching, and he calls out a low sound to alert the others that the coast is still clear. Two women, both dressed in tattered brown cloths, hug each other tightly near the fire, their bodies trembling, not from cold, but from relief that their children have returned safely from foraging. A crowd of tribe members gathers in front of the main hut, their heads tilted as the eldest speaks, his gestures pointing toward the east, where he swears he saw a river the day before. A band of men marches across a dry field, their steps slow but steady, as they follow the eldest's directions, each carrying a stone tool or a club for protection. Three men pause in a field dotted with scrawny trees, their breaths heavy, and they scan the ground for tracks, any sign of water or game to bring back to the waiting tribe. The rest of the men catch up, forming a tight group, and they discuss their next move with grunts and hand signals, knowing they can't waste time in the midday heat. A hippo charges through the murky water of a small lake, its massive body sending splashes high into the air, and the men freeze, hiding behind bushes to avoid drawing its anger. Another hippo stands motionless at the lake's edge, its eyes half closed, and the men realize this water source is guarded, but it's their only hope. A narrow river cuts through the dry plain, its water shallow but clear, and the men let out low cheers, rushing toward it but stopping short at the sight of crocodile eyes glinting just below the surface. Two men creep along the riverbank, their bodies low to the ground, and they test the water with sticks, trying to gauge how many predators lie hidden there. The green snake from earlier slithers across the ground near the river, and one man flicks a stone at it, driving it away before it can surprise anyone. A smaller snake curls up on a patch of dirt, its tongue flickering, and the men step around it, focused more on the river than a tiny threat. The group of men reaches the river's edge, their hands already reaching for the water, but they pause when they hear the yips of wild dogs in the distance. A pack of wild dogs run near the water's edge, their fur matted with mud, and the men hold their breath, waiting for the canines to move on so they can drink. The same pack of wild dogs runs along the riverbank, chasing a small rabbit, and the men seize the chance to scoop up water in their hands. Drinking quickly, a man kneels in the field, a young dog at his side. He'd found it abandoned days earlier, and now it follows him, sniffing at his feet for scraps. The wild dogs dart across the field, their bodies lean and fast, and the man grabs the young dog, holding it close to keep it from chasing the pack. The tribe's main group reaches the lake where the hippos are, and they circle around cautiously, their tools raised, wondering if they can scare the beasts away to access the water. The men move closer to the largest hippo, their grunts loud and aggressive, but the beast only snorts, not budging an inch. Two men climb onto a rocky outcrop above the river, their balance unsteady on the smooth stones, and they wave down to the others, signaling that the crocodiles have moved downstream. The two men who tested the water earlier step into the river, their legs sinking into the mud, and they call for the others to follow. Now that it's safer, the green snake reappears, this time in a dirt-covered clearing near the river, and a woman stamps her foot near it, making it slither away into the grass. Another green snake lies coiled in the middle of a dusty area, and a child points at it, but an elder pulls the child back, warning with a sharp sound. Inside a hut near the river, a woman sits on a pile of dried grass, a small dog curled in her lap, and she strokes its fur, calm for the first time in days. A snake slides through the doorway of a nearby hut, and a man grabs a stick, prodding it until it slithers back out into the sunlight. A woman lies on a bed of leaves inside her hut, her body weak from hunger, and she watches as the others bring in water, hoping some will be left for her. A green snake flicks its mouth open, revealing tiny fangs, near the hut's entrance, and the woman inside holds her breath, afraid to move. A woman steps outside, her hands carefully holding a small green snake. She's seen the elders do this before, believing it brings good luck, and she sets it down gently in the grass. Inside another hut, a woman clutches a snake to her chest, her eyes closed in a silent prayer, and she whispers to it, asking for protection for her family. A group of men trudges through a dry field, their feet kicking up dust, and they carry small bags of roots they dug up, eager to get back to the river. A man walks with a snake draped over his back. He'd found it tangled in a bush and decided to bring it to the elder, who knows more about such creatures, and he keeps his back straight to avoid dropping it. The men break into a run across the field, their breaths coming in gasps, as they spot a herd of antelope in the distance, a chance to bring back more food. The rest of the tribe follows behind, their steps faster now, and they call out to each other to stay together, not wanting anyone to get lost. A woman in a tattered black cloth and a man in a brown leather scrap walk side by side, their hands brushing occasionally, and they keep an eye on the children running ahead. Deep in the forest, a group of tribe members holds a large green snake, passing it from hand to hand, as the elder explains its significance with gestures. The green snake from the river lies on the ground near the forest edge, its body still, and a child kneels beside it, curious but not afraid. A group of men sprints across a dirt field, their muscles burning, and they chase a small deer, hoping to catch it before it disappears into the trees. Inside a hut by the river, a woman and a man sit together, sharing a piece of dried meat, and they look outside at the setting sun, grateful for the day's small victories. The men continue running across the field, the deer now within reach, and one of them hurls his stone knife, missing by inches but scaring the animal toward the others. A troop of monkeys plays with a small snake in a tree near the river. They're chattering loud, and the tribe members stop to watch, amused by the creature's antics. A group of men dances in the middle of a grassy area in Africa, their bodies moving in rhythm to the sound of drums made from animal skins. And they celebrate the water they'd found. Back at the hut, the woman and man hold each other, their eyes heavy with sleep, and they listen to the night sounds outside, glad to be safe. Three men stand in the wild, cloths wrapped around their necks to shield from the sun, and they scan the horizon for any sign of other tribes, friends or foes. A man kneels in a field, a small bird perched on his outstretched hand, and he smiles, amazed by the creature's trust. Another man stands in the same field, facing a large beast, likely a young bison, and he raises his club, ready to defend himself if it charges. A group of men gathers around a small fire, their hands held out to warm them, and they share stories of the day's adventures with grunts and gestures. The rest of the tribe sits around a larger campfire, the children playing near the edges. And they roast pieces of fish over the flames, the smell filling the air. A meerkat stands upright in the middle of the desert, its eyes scanning for danger. And a child points at it, laughing at its tiny, stiff posture. The tribe's children mimic the apes they'd seen in the trees, climbing low branches and making loud calls, and the elders watch, shaking their heads but smiling. A cluster of huts rises in the middle of an African plain, smoke curling from each one, and the tribe knows this could be their home for a while. If the water holds, more tribe members sit around the fire, passing around a bowl of water, and they take small sips, knowing they must conserve what they have. A man sits alone on the ground, a small fire in front of him, and he sharpens his stone knife, preparing for tomorrow's hunt. A crocodile glides silently through the river's water, its body barely visible, and a man on the bank spots it, warning the others to stay back. A crowd of tribe members stands around a newly built hut, admiring the work, and they help the builder add more sticks to the walls to make it sturdier. A band of men walks across a dirt-covered field, their feet kicking up dust, and they carry extra wood to keep the fires going through the night. A group of tribe members stands in a field, their heads tilted up at the sky, and they watch a flock of birds fly south, maybe a sign of changing seasons. The tribe marches along the riverbank, their steps steady now that they're not thirsty, and they collect smooth stones to make more tools. A group of monkeys sits on the river's edge, dipping their hands in the water, and they chatter at the tribe, not afraid of the humans. 3 men wade along the water's edge, their legs wet, and they search for clams in the mud, a new source of food. An alligator rests just below the water's surface, its eyes peeking out, and the men move away quickly, not wanting to risk an attack. A group of tribe members wades into the river, their laughter loud as they splash each other, a rare moment of joy amid survival. A herd of elephants wades in the deeper part of the river, their trunks spraying water, and the tribe stops to watch, in awe of the massive creatures. The crocodile from earlier swims toward the elephants, but the largest elephant trumpets, scaring it away with a swing of its trunk. A large alligator moves through the water, its jaws open wide, and the tribe members on the bank back away, grabbing their children. A young boy swims in the river, his hands raised above the water as he laughs, and his mother calls out, urging him to stay close. The tribe's swimmers gather in the river, their bodies cool for the first time in days, and they help each other wash off the dirt of the journey. A young hippo swims in the river, its mother nearby, and the children point, fascinated by the baby beast. A full-grown hippo glides through the water, its body almost entirely submerged, and the tribe knows to keep their distance. Hippos are more dangerous than they look. A man wades in the river, his head dipping below the surface to cool off, and he emerges sputtering, making the others laugh. A woman walks along the river with the small dog, the animal trotting beside her, and she picks wild flowers to tuck behind her ear. A man runs along the riverbank, a crocodile close behind in the water, and he leaps onto a rock, narrowly escaping its jaws. A large fish swims near the river's edge, right next to a small dog that's drinking, and the dog barks, startled by the movement. A woman stands in the shallow water near the river, her hands cupped to drink, and she looks up, sensing someone watching. A man is pulled into the river by a large alligator, his screams loud, and the tribe members rush to help, grabbing sticks to hit the beast. A woman stands next to the river, her hands over her mouth in fear, as she watches the men try to save their comrade. A woman swims in a hidden pool, 2 small prehistoric reptiles beside her, and she moves slowly, not wanting to startle them. The sky darkens, and the tribe huddles in their huts, listening to the distant roars of unknown beasts, wondering if they'll survive another night. A man stands in the river, his hands outstretched as he prays to the water spirits, and he asks for safety for his tribe. A baby hippo nuzzles its mother, trying to feed, and the mother hippo gently guides it to deeper water, where the food is richer. A man runs through the river, his feet splashing, as he tries to reach the other side before the sun sets completely. A group of tribe members stands next to the river, their bags packed, and they debate whether to stay here or move on to find better land. A man and a woman stand in a field with their baby. The child clinging to the woman's leg, and they look toward the river, grateful for the life it's given them. A woman stands in the water next to a hippo, her body tense but calm, and she whispers, hoping the beast will let her pass. A hippo and an alligator swim side by side in the river. A rare truce between predators, and the tribe watches in amazement. The tribe gathers in the shallow water near the river, their voices loud as they celebrate. They've found a home. For now, and enough food to last through the next storm. Thank you for joining Homo habilis History Hub on this journey. If you found this story meaningful, please support us by liking and sharing the video. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel to continue exploring the grand chapters of human history with us. Goodbye, and we'll see you on the next journey through time.